Sextapes.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Yo, what it do, what it does, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh my goodness, I feel so excited right now. Where do I even start with this? Do I introduce myself? Do I introduce the show? Right, cool. It's Pod Culture, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it. It's a brand new, exciting show taking YouTube by storms. Everything pop culture, everything entertainment, news, everything lifestyle, everything that's trendy, that's hip and happening all throughout not just South Africa, all throughout not just in Africa, but the entire globe in its entirety. And obviously in the studio, I'm not rolling solo. There is a beautiful lady with me. There's guys on production, Trizzy. There's a voice that you're going to hear, the Ghost Man. But yeah, he'll definitely introduce himself as time goes on and as time goes by. But yeah, man, how are you?
I'm fine.
You good?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Let's just say
We're
nervous.
doing the first one.
Yeah.
We're doing the first one, and it feels so excited. It feels so great because look, when it comes to doing something, the first step is not the easiest.
True.
It's the most difficult.
True.
It's the most difficult. But as soon as you do it, then you can easily move on. Yeah. I think. Do you want to introduce yourself? Or do you want me to introduce you?
Please introduce me.
No, hell no. Take it out.
Okay, my name is Worship Rights. Anyway, I don't even have any kind of weird name like Trizzy or whatever. Yeah, I don't have that kind of weird names.
Where does that come from? Worship.
It's my name.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, do you know the story behind the name?
I feel like it was more like I was a miracle child.
Yeah.
Of some sort, My grandparents were like, we need a grandchild,
Yeah.
So I was more like the miracle child they were waiting for. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So they named you Worship.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's Worship. And then actually outside, just before we went into the studio to shoot, you were like, what's your name? Your name can't be Sipho. You because you know it from like Sipho Gazi.
Yeah.
Like you say, yeah.
That's weird because there's never been anyone named Sipho, just a Sipho.
Not that
This
never.
is the
I think
first.
you are used to that.
Yeah,
So
I am.
Like you were saying Sipho Gazi, Spose too, and whatnot. But yeah, look, I think my parents didn't want to go in deep into that, and then they were just like Sipho, and then yeah, it's just about that. And look, man, we have crazy topics that we want to bring, to the viewer, to the audience, to the listener, and try to fill them up with what's happening on the news around the globe. By the way, did you see that Donald Trump got shot at?
Oh.
He did.
What happened? What's
did.
the story?
So actually, I think because he's actually he's on a rally because he's campaigning for. I think he wants to come back again as a president of America. So now he has on the stage and he got shot at.
Maybe there are people who don't want him coming back to be president or whatsoever. People don't want ex-presidents and whatsoever coming back. There are people who feel like maybe new leadership would do. Yeah.
But new leadership, because the thing is, right now, the people who are leading the race in terms of the president of America, it's actually him, Trump, and he's been a president before, and the guy who's the president right now, Joe Biden, and a whole lot of people are saying this guy is old, Biden. So there's not really much of a competition in terms of the people who are racing for the presidency. I don't know, Mr. James, if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw it this morning, but it looks scary. Okay, the shot was very close and it's like an inch to the head.
Yeah.
Imagine it hit his ear, right?
So it did hit him.
It did hit him.
Yeah, because what I saw was that on the pictures, I didn't go in deep in terms of the videos and stuff because it's such a recent story.
It did hit his ear and blood gushing out, but luckily it didn't enter his ear. Yeah. Yes, and I think it's been a different story. But as Worship is saying, there's a whole lot happening in the state, right? People prefer Biden, no matter how his age, right? And people also prefer Donald. And
Trump,
Donald
yeah.
Trump, if you check the current states, right, the electoral polls as at I think yesterday, it shows what's the name? Donald is what is leading.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it showed.
because the debate didn't really go well for Biden.
Biden, yeah,
and actually, sponsors, donors, and supporters from Biden's side want him to step down.
Yeah.
Right. So in the end, it's really not going well for Biden.
him, yeah.
Yeah. So I think supporters, supporters are doing everything that they can, if possible, to make Trump look very bad. Which at the end of the day, this could be some of the things, right? So shooting or all sort of stuff can come in, and this is what happened.
Did they get the culprit?
Yeah, they did. They did, and the sad part is they shot. The Secret Services shot him. Yeah, so they killed him.
Damn.
It's very sad.
So now-
So maybe if, let's say, he was caught live, then in the end it will act like, okay, no, they need to investigate further.
Yeah.
Why this and why that?
And who might have
So
sent him? Because now sorry to interject there. Because now also it kills the entire reason. Chances are, if it's someone who got access to their rally and they had a gun with them, it looks like also maybe it's not just someone who hates Trump, because it's politics as well. Chances are he might also have someone who sent him there. But now if you kill him, you kill the entire motive. How are you now going to know? Because you can still prosecute him and find out. Maybe he will even lead you to the truth to say, no, this is such and such person sent me to do all of this.
At the same time, it might be a possibility that maybe Trump planned the whole thing, right? There's a possibility,
I would agree
right?
with you on that.
It's not like
He would take the most stance. But no, man, I think
there are two possibilities on this thing. Firstly, it's either he planned the whole thing to look like someone's
you're
trying
so
to
wrong.
call. No. Sometimes you don't need to think hard about things. Maybe he planned the whole thing and be like, what? Maybe I need some drama.
Yeah. People to feel for
People to
and
kind of feel
people to
like,
look at the opposing person in a certain way to say
True.
maybe they are the ones who send them. And
or
all
maybe
those,
there are citizens out there who feel like they don't want him. They just don't want him back. Maybe it's easier if he dies, and then they get the president they want.
Makes sense, man. And like I think most people would agree with that. Trump is crazy. He would take that type of a stance.
Yeah, but you see, at the same time, who will plan like, okay, no, let me stage, let somebody shoot me, or not just a cat, right? On the
Yeah.
This time is gun,
Yeah.
right? So somebody shoots you. I think the distance was like they said 50 meters
Away, yeah.
away from him, right? And it's actually a mess. But this is politics, and politics. People don't like you for their own reason, right? Whether it's not also because it's Trump. This is election year.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. It could have happened to even Biden.
Yeah.
Trump supporters, not to say Trump supporters from the opposition, right, can react.
Yes.
So what, in general, I think now the current state in the US, they need to do is the security services have to increase. They need to increase they're tightening their security system. Yeah, whoever is doing a rally, whether Trump, Biden, whatever, right? They need to increase their security just to avoid this thing from happening.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And you know what killed me when it comes to the Joe Biden, him falling off, in terms of the race. You know what he said? So he said he was actually having his speech. I think he needed to introduce the president of Ukraine. Who's this guy? And he said
Zelensky.
Yeah, Zelensky. And Zelensky is, I think they have the same name as Putin, right?
No,
No, they don't. But he said something around. He said Vladimir Zelensky instead of
Yeah.
Vladimir. Oh, he said, sorry, he said Vladimir Putin. Yes, he said Vladimir Putin when I read the story. So he's saying Vladimir. No, man, this guy did not say that. He said Vladimir. Yeah, Zelensky is Vladimir as well. They have the same name.
They have one funny name.
Yeah, and instead of introducing Zelensky, he said Putin. Oh, people died out of that. They were like, it's one of the things that you kind of see, and they're very clear and vivid that no, man, these people are old now.
Yeah.
They are old, and all age is kicking in. They are forgetting stuff. Imagine what you're doing there. Even if you're a president, such flops, you shouldn't be doing.
They should just leave it to the young ones to take over at this point.
Yeah, no.
It's no longer their thing.
That's true, because things are not going well, man. And I think we were just speaking about that in terms of leadership. That's not good. I think also there's a reason why there's a retirement age. Why is it that that does not apply into politics? Because it needs to also apply to them.
I feel like politics doesn't really have any kind of
Limitation.
they
People
just let
go
it
in,
be.
go out.
Until you feel like I can't continue anymore,
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they don't really talk about them stepping down and letting people.
Yeah, maybe.
You see,
them.
I think I don't know where, but I think the various countries, right, need to do this age bracket.
Yeah.
Right? There should be a cutoff for everyone to say, okay, you know what? During this age, you are not contesting as a president.
Yeah, true.
Here in South Africa, Zuma wanted, right? See Zuma age. Biden age, 80s, even Trump, 80s, right? So you don't have to be in power just to even die to say on the seat.
Yeah,
Presidency.
true.
This shouldn't be. Our African presidents also used to behave the same way.
Yeah.
They will die on the seat. In fact, they want to. They think the what do you call it? The seat or the throne belongs to them and their families.
Yeah.
Right, and they will continue to be in power.
They use it as some sort of a royalty thing, and they forget that they are in governance. Yeah, it's not a royalty thing. You will not remain in the seat for forever or be the king for forever.
Yeah, true. Maybe they feel like the money is just good for them.
Yeah, true.
Maybe they should just start implementing the 65 to 70
age limit.
Yeah, because I feel like the more old people continue being presidents and so on, the more we are not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think even in closing, you know what? I can tell you something. Me personally, I hate politics. But the thing is, there's nothing you can do about your hate for politics because it's something that directly affects you. You know, you can be ignorant, but you need to also come back and be aware of it. So, politics, I don't know. By the way, did you see Donald? So you know Donald, Mr. Red Mike. Donald, the love I know. He sings the song. So sometime during the week, last week, he says, because a whole lot of news publications they published this other story where I think he was working as a petrol attendant for a day at this petrol station. So you know how news outlets are. As soon as they see this and this is Donald and whatnot, they rush to news. And then they print out the story. They want the story out as fast as possible. They want to get the traction and everything. So they are saying Donald is now broke. From billionaire to being broke.
Who knows? Maybe it was a social experiment, or maybe he was trying to experience life in a different environment.
That was actually the case because I think a day later, obviously after the news surfaced and whatnot, he came back to say, no, he was, like you're saying, it was an experiment for him, it was an experience for him because he had met this petrol attendant who treated him so well and gave him a good service. So he was like, I would like to do this, I would like to experience this. I don't know, man. It's, just to show solidarity in terms of, the people who work as petrol attendants, that they are not ignored, they are also acknowledged, they are loved.
I feel like at the same time, it's more like he's trying to get it through to people that, there are people out there who treat petrol attendants really badly,
Yeah.
So they don't respect them. So maybe him trying out being a petrol attendant at that time made him realize that people are wrong in doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to prove a point at some point, or maybe there's someone related to him who did the same thing, maybe disrespect someone working there, So that's more like let's just say, respectful for him to do
Yeah,
that.
because obviously,
Yeah.
obviously, if right now you see Donald at a petrol station, and obviously maybe it's someone you know, and you know he's a musician and he's famous, chances are you are going to give him the best. I hear what you're saying, and you're absolutely right. There might have been that as well. Because obviously, if you are coming now to pour petrol and you see Donald, chances are you'll be happy, you'll be excited, you'll want to take a picture.
True.
But because it's someone that you know, and maybe he was trying to say that you can still give the same treatment that you are giving me
To a regular person.
To a regular person.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, Mr. James. What's your take on that?
Yeah, let's leave this like that because I mean, it's easy to be. It's difficult to become rich, right? But to fall from rich to poverty is very quick, right?
Yeah.
So let's believe that that kind of service was just to show a certain sort of appreciation.
Yeah.
Yeah, as worship is saying. Yeah, but nevertheless, we have to be more. We have to be more careful in terms of listen, maybe the way we manage our finances.
Yeah.
Because in the end, we don't want to be rich today and then the next day, boom, it's like you close your eyes, you wake up, and then you are
Everything's
back
gone
on the floor. No,
True.
that shouldn't be.
Yeah. No, look, the thing is with me, I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a slight problem with people who've gained some sort of success, with people who've gained some sort of
I get
money
you.
and
I get
everything,
you.
and then because as much as it seems like solidarity, you know,
Yeah.
someone can, because this thing is also subjective. Someone can also take it as a matter of you, because you are here for today and you are gone tomorrow. You know, for you, this is an experiment. But for me, it's a completely different case if I'm doing it each and every day. I don't like that because now it's like you're taking advantage of your resources, of your power, of your status. And you're like, I can do whatever it is that I want. As much as it does have respect, as much as it does have solidarity, but also I feel like it doesn't also have that. You are looking down on me.
True.
Because you're experiencing being a petrol attendant for a day. That's just...
You know, I do respect him for doing that, right? At the same time, it might be him just trying to gain popularity.
Exactly. Maybe he has fallen off.
Attention, you know, maybe he wants people to recognize him. Yeah. You know, maybe it was part of a plan to get attention.
They do that, these celebrities. So, as soon as they start falling off now, they take a stance that's going to bring them, you know, traction and attention.
Exactly.
Because now he was on the news. We are talking about him right now.
Exactly. At this point, he got what he wanted. So he doesn't need to come back.
Because there's no such thing as good publicity. Bad publicity, I mean. Like, publicity is publicity. As long as you have it, you're good.
Now he got what he wanted. He's not going to come back anytime soon. Maybe next time he's going to try and be a beggar on some street. Who knows?
But you're not a beggar. You are having it under control. You are using our daily lives that people live on the rail.
They don't care.
As an experiment. Yeah.
They don't care.
I don't think, for me, for me, I just didn't like that. I think, you know, you can look at it whatever way. Maybe it was good. You're showing solidarity and whatnot. That for me was just off.
They don't really care. You know, they think that people living out there enjoying their lives is...
It's like someone who drives a Porsche and I drive a Toyota Corolla and they are like, let me just drive your car to test how it is. Let me drive this cheap car because me, I know this good, expensive car. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
It's not a good thing.
It's not. It's not at all.
What else again? Yeah, there's been a lot that's been happening this week. There's a lot that's been happening.
What about the Shatawale case or lawsuit? What's going on? What's happening?
Is it a case?
I don't know.
Or is it a lawsuit?
It's a lawsuit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I think I saw that. But I just saw that in passing because there's just so many stories. Is it with him? Is it with him? You know, people complaining about him not providing for his family.
Correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, man, but Shatawale, I know he's a very rich guy now. Yeah, he's been in the music industry for some years.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of music production, even with Beyonce, So he's been in the limelight for some time now.
Yes.
And he is very rich.
Yes.
Yeah, but he not taking care of the mother, I doubt that is, if that's not how media is portraying the whole thing.
Yes.
But I think if truly,
So what happened?
Taking there is 100%, in fact 120% wrong of him.
Yes.
Yeah, not taking care of the mother.
So what happened? Did the mother come out to the media? How does even the media get
The
this
mother
story?
came out to say Shatawale isn't taking care of her and she's homeless. Yeah, that's what she said, I guess.
God damn
So at the same time, I feel like, because she said something about her not knowing Shatawale for the last 10 years or so, right?
So it's her
Yeah.
that said this. It's the mother
Yeah.
that said this.
So my question is, where was she for the last 10 years? Right? Where was she? Why didn't she come out maybe 9 years ago?
And did Shatawale say something? Did he
Yeah,
reply
he
to the news?
did reply.
What he said?
He said something about his mother not being there for him, you know, and why is she coming out to the public to discuss family matters and what,
Yeah.
you know. But at the same time, I feel like, where was the mother in the past 10 years? Why didn't she come out throughout the 10 years? Because that's a decade. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
she had a lot of time to come out and say, my son is not taking care of me.
Yeah, no, that's true.
At the same time, if Shatawale is saying it, his mother wasn't there for him. Even if she's the mother, I know giving birth is a big thing,
Yeah.
you know, but at the same time, you can't be given, you know, they say a child is a blessing, right?
Yeah.
So if you had the guts to be like, okay, I'm throwing away that blessing,
Yeah.
you don't have the right to claim it back.
Yeah.
You
true.
don't have the right to go and claim it back. So
And that happens quite a lot, I think, especially in. Look, I don't want to shame black households, but it seems, because come on, if you look at stories, you know, people who have dumped away kids, you know, in the pipelines and whatnot, normally it's black kids. And also, the media is the media. Look, and as soon as you've gotten some sort of, you know, fame, it will always be there. It will always be looking into chowing into the news. But look, I think as I don't want to say they shouldn't be involved. They will be involved because he's you know, he's a public figure. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, as much as you've worked and you've gained a little bit of success and money, your mother is your mother. That's what I think.
yeah, your mother can be your mother. You know, I don't have any issue there.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if your mother wasn't there for you, then you are not obliged to be like, okay, I'm taking care of my mother. That's a choice.
But man, let's say your net worth is 10 million. Because I'm trying to look at his net worth right now. I'm struggling with that. Let's say your net worth now is 10 million.
Yeah, you can go back and take care of your mother there.
With so much
There's-
money.
There's nothing wrong. I mean, you're not going to lose anything, right? You're not losing anything. At
But
that
you are
point.
saying,
But at the same time, it's also a choice if you go back and take care of that mother of yours or not. Because it depends on the reasons why you're saying you're doing that. You know, some things are just personal things. We can't go out in the public
Yeah.
and share them, right? I can go, I can keep quiet, even though my mom goes out to say, my child is not taking care of me because he's now rich. No?
yeah.
Maybe I have my own reasons.
But-
more like,
But isn't that like you saying, let's say right now, you know, your parents were struggling and they were suffering, and you didn't have much growing up, and then now you're saying, yeah, but I'm not entitled to take care of you. Isn't that what? Even though they were there, because sometimes there's quite a whole lot of things into these things. You understand? Because you can also look at it from a perspective to say, my friend, bless him, you know, grew up with both parents and they worked hard to have money. So you see now, I think I come from a position of saying, blood is blood, and as much as you can decide whatever that you're deciding and be influenced in a certain way when now you have money and whatnot, you would need to go back there now. That's my take on it. Because now when I can't say I'm living an average life right now, I'm driving a Toyota Corolla, I'm renting and whatnot, and blame that on my parents because they did not work hard to accumulate billions and millions.
you know,
And compare it maybe to a Mutipe and say, when I'm getting more money now, and say, I'm not going to take care of you because you should have done better. Imagine with all this money that I have right now,
Yeah.
where would I have been if you guys gave me a good start? You see now.
Yeah, I get you, right? But the issue it's not about your parents not having money, right? What if you were, before you even got to being a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say your parents kick you out of your home,
Yeah.
you know, and then you find yourself being taken care of by someone else, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's a situation where we like you don't really have to feel obliged to be like, okay, I'm taking care of my parents. It's a choice.
Yeah.
But if you grew up with both your parents or one parent, you know, and then she was there even though that parent didn't have enough money to take care of you,
Yes.
then it's an obligation. You need to take care of that parent because they were there.
Yeah.
They worked hard though.
These are deep-seated. I don't know.
It
family
depends
issues.
on what kind of situation he is in, you know. But at the same time, who knows?
I like your stand, worship, but you know, it's a two-way thing. Yeah, you don't have to bring a child to this world and later you abandon your child, right? Else, a lot of parents will act that way. You bring a child, you let the child struggle, behave. How he or she will rise up to the top is none of your business, right?
True.
Yeah, which is something I think we shouldn't encourage.
Yeah.
So, as a parent, you bring up a child into this world, you must be responsible, take care of the child through wherever the child must reach.
Yeah.
Then you know that he has gotten all the necessary support and whatever he or she needs before we can say, okay, I leave you. Now you can go to the world and do your thing.
True.
Because I know most white parents, right? As soon as the child is about 18 and you are still under their umbrella or roof, right? They find means to kick them out. You must find a means to
Their own
start
feet, yeah.
working. Then they have provided you, whether it's education, whatever, all the means for you to reach there, right? But most blacks parenting is very bad and it's wrong at the same time because you bring up a child as how maybe the feeding, right, it become even an issue. Education become an issue. So now this child has to struggle. So as Worship is saying, it's reached a point, it's like how maybe, let's put it this way, how Shatta Wale ended up rising to the top. Maybe the mother wasn't involved.
Yeah. True. Because
Maybe
that's his stance. That's what he's saying.
Maybe
Yeah.
he struggled to reach there without mother and father support or family support.
Yeah.
Now he has reached to the top, right? But now you want to claim mothers, being a mother.
Yes.
You want to claim being a father. There are many parents, especially fathers in our African countries, whereby mother and father give birth and then the father run away.
Yeah.
The mother must struggle till the child reach the top.
Yeah. True.
When the child reach the top, that's
This
when
this
the
father
child
comes
should
back.
have.
True.
And this is very, very wrong.
Yeah. No, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
And it becomes difficult for you now to
Yeah.
show support to them, even provide financial support.
Because the bond is not there.
Yeah, there isn't any bond. Like you don't know this person.
True.
That's the thing.
It's more like you're no longer related to the person. Yeah.
So you parents are not obliged, and
So you say my parents are not obliged to my success.
if they took care of you,
Depending,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, then
So you say it depends on the circumstance, actually.
yes. But in a situation whereby they are not involved,
Yeah.
maybe
I
you
can
don't
say-
the advice, the bond and the connection is not there. You lose the child already.
Yeah. I can now say, yeah, because you're not there and keep my money and not take care of them.
Yeah.
But and then when it comes to obviously if them being there, I lean as much as I still have a choice of taking care of them or not taking care of them, but it leans more on the side of I have to take care of them because they've been there. I know these people. I know all our
Yeah,
struggles.
you feel the responsibility. You know when your parents are there and you like get the motivation you need, the support, the everyday shouting, and it's just like your mom is like, you have to go to school or you have to go to work. The kind of stuff parents do, right?
Yeah.
You will always have the obligation, the kind of feeling where you like, I have to take care of them, you know.
Yeah.
But if you don't get that and they are not there, they, like you're being raised by someone else and your mom is not there or your dad, it's just a different situation.
So now the thing is, with Chata Wale, bro. I don't know because our producer, off record or off camera, he was telling us that he even has a song, that goes the irony of the prodigal son. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this guy is shady. He can be shady. Very, very shady. Come on, man. You so married to your mother, you're like, I've come back now. The prodigal son has come back now.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he mentions that on also, he mentioned, I think on the song he speaks about how he struggled. So he had a very, very difficult time because he was sleeping on the streets. The ladies who do, sex work in the streets were the ones who were helping him in terms of providing shelter and all of those things. So it's a very, very sad story, man. It's a very, very sad story. I don't know.
Personally, if I were him, if I were in his situation at this point, with me growing up on the streets, with those ladies taking care of me, personally, I would be taking care of all.
And because the thing is also, you know what's happening? The thing is that there's quite a whole lot of things into this story. He says he did take care of them. Like he is taking care, or he rather was taking care of the family. It's just that now people, when you do so much for them, they will always come back for more.
True.
And then now they want to strip you off. Like they want to make you dry.
My mother just wants more.
Exactly.
It's not like
but if you are my mother, let's say I'm worth 10 million, or I live a certain lifestyle because of my success and whatnot, you can't live 10 million status, or you can't live to a 10 million level. Yeah, my success is your success and all of that. But now you also can't be wanting to live like that.
No, she has no right at this point.
Yeah, no,
it's not like she contributed in any way. Where was her motivation when he needed it? No, like it's
no, these matters.
It's what you know.
But I hope he deals with it, man. I hope he handles
so.
it, and also he tries to handle it personally. He speaks with the family and everything. They try to keep family issues as family issues, because also when you air out your laundry and such stuff is known. Even when that you're now going to perform, or because these people do quite a lot, you need to go talk, do motivations and whatnot. You come and talk into a room and we look at you like, you're the same guy who doesn't take care of your mother. What are you going to tell me? So I really hope he deals with it and he handles it.
I hope so. My mother is too childish.
Yeah,
she needs to grow up.
She was. That was also off. I don't think mothers should not do that. They should not be entitled. If I can provide, and if I want to provide, I will provide. Also, obviously, depending on circumstances.
True.
If circumstances are like this, and you're coming with so much pressure and force for me to take care of you, you're going to lose publications. But that's not on. Mothers should learn not to do that. They shouldn't force their kids. This is how, It also it's so vivid and it's so clear. It's a matter of a black text thing, But that's it's a topic for another day. But it's clear that families will be entitled to you and what you have. And now you even struggle because you can't get the car that you want. You need to settle for this one because you need to think of the mother and the family back home. So it's a very, very crazy story.
True.
Crazy.
But also let me add that no matter what happened, I feel Shatawale must also forgive their mother. Right, that is what we require from us as children.
Yeah.
Your parents take care of you, you must also take care of them. Yeah. So you should look up to God and forgive them to let certain things go.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Kevin Hart. Did you see the story? Oh my goodness, Kevin Hart.
I got a bit of it.
Yeah. What's happening all over there? Do you have a clue, Mr. James?
Not in detail, but I think give me some clue.
I think it was about his friend. It's something about him.
Yeah. So these stories kind of kill me, and they make me laugh, especially when they come from friends. But that's where they shouldn't be coming from, like at all.
You know what made it worse was that his friend was being sued for the same thing, right? I think so, right? Yeah. And now, because of his friend, he got himself into trouble because of his friend. So now the lady was suing him now, thinking that...
He was suing the friend, not Kevin Hart.
No, the lady was suing Kevin Hart for the sex tape, saying that she thinks that they planned the thing together.
They planned the
you know?
entire
Yeah.
thing,
So now it feels like he's being put in a situation where he doesn't even know if he did it or not. You're in a situation.
Hey, that's the thing. You see, with yeah. You see, especially with America, there's quite a whole lot of these stories that are coming out now.
True.
It's not just him. Like people are there's always this, and I don't know why people do that. I don't, because in terms of him, when I'm reading the story, it says here. So Kevin Hart's former friend, so it means now they're no longer friends.
Yeah.
JT Jackson has been involved in a legal battle concerning a sex tape scandal. So Jackson was initially charged with attempted extortion, attempted concealing, and selling stolen property, unauthorized use of personal ID, and identity theft. These charges stemmed from 2017, and then incident in which a sex tape featuring Hart and a woman named Monshia Sabak was recorded in Las Vegas hotel room. Sabak sued Hart, claiming he conspired with Jackson to secretly film the encounter for publicity. And then recently, the final charge against Jackson was dropped earlier. The charges of attempted extortion and attempted concealing and selling stolen property had already been dismissed due to insufficient evidence. The last charge of identity theft was also dismissed, concluding the legal issues for Jackson in the case. This is TMZ that reported this. And then Kevin Hart has expressed relief that this chapter of his life is over and is looking to move on from the scandal.
It feels like
this was reported by TMZ. Yeah.
It feels like maybe there's a possibility the lady was like she just wanted something out of it, Who took the video? Who recorded the whole thing?
So was the sex tape out? Did it go out like publicly?
I don't know. Did it go out?
Or was it just being used to extort Kevin Hart?
I think it was being used to extort him, or I'm not even sure. But yeah, maybe she wanted something out of it. Yeah, maybe it was something she had already planned,
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going to record this and now sue him after this.
So,
Who knows?
so in terms of the case of suing Hart, I don't know how did they conclude the case? Did he pay? Because he said this chapter is closed.
I don't know.
As he was sued.
I don't know really. Like I don't know the whole story.
Yeah, because as I'm reading here, it says that
maybe after they dropped the charges against
Jackson,
maybe they also thought,
the entire case fell off.
Yeah,
evidence.
They were like,
this is crazy, bro. This, especially like I'm saying, if it comes from your friends, it's too much. It's too much. Look, if you are my friend right now, and okay, let's say I have all the money and whatnot, and you extort you're blackmailing me to give you money because of this and that. That's not happening to me. That's obviously, yes, I'm cutting the friendship, but I'm not going to pay you anything. But rather release the sex tape.
Some people don't use their brains sometimes, ne? It's not personal words, but
they do as friends. Chances are, if you're my friend, if I'm eating, you're eating. What's the struggle now?
True.
Or are you seeing more and you want more of that as well? No, that's I think, look, like I said, me, if you are threatening me in terms of with the case and you're saying, look, bro, I'm going to release this. If you're deciding, I would rather swallow my pride and allow you to go ahead with it. But one thing that I've told myself is I wouldn't like to be blackmailed. Like Mr. James, I don't know. I don't want anyone blackmailing me. I don't want anyone extorting stuff from me. If you are coming through with something to threaten me to say, I'm going to tell the world this, or your boss is this and this and that,
personally,
go ahead.
My first response will be like, you're welcome. Just
exactly.
Go ahead.
It's going to come back for more. It's going to come back for more. Because right now, this person will say, give me 10K. And I'll shut up. I'll close the entire story.
Next thing, 1 million.
I give them 10K. And they are out, in a year or 2 months' time. They will come back to me. They will be thinking of me. So I'm going to suffer for this for such a long time. No, let me rather suffer. I'm telling you, because chances are, there's always new stories. People will always move on. If I have a sex tape and it's out right now, man, look at you, Kim Kardashian. Everyone is forgetting about it. This is a billionaire now. So it's a crazy story.
It's true.
It is a crazy story.
He's a big part. This one thing is a breach of contract. So I think about 12 million Doris.
Who breached the contract?
Kevin. So
How?
now Kevin is being sued, right, for breaching contracts. So you have to pay probably.
So at first he had agreed to say, yeah, we'll conceal this and I will pay.
Let's have an agreement.
Yeah.
You?
But you see, now that was dumb of him.
Let it out.
That was extremely dumb of him. Because now, look, you agree, and you even agree like on legal terms, in a legal way, where you're even signing a contract to say, look, my man, I will pay you. And you will not say anything. And then I decide again to go back against my word and not pay you. What am I expecting to happen?
Yeah. You shouldn't have agreed.
So you understand now there's a sex tape that's going to be leaked. And I'm going to go for legal cases and for legal battle. It's crazy because I breached the contract, that has money involved.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a crazy story, man.
It's a sad story, by the way.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, like speaking of the Kevin Hart sex tapes, and also I mentioned that the likes of your Kim Kardashians right now, they are big, they are very, money, they are very successful. But it actually started from sex tapes.
True. I feel like it's now a marketing strategy, Who knows? Maybe.
That's such a wet way to market, though. Because these
knows?
things stay with you for forever.
Some people don't really care about that,
But that thing is also, okay, look, now I'm going to be exposing myself. That thing is also still there on the internet. I think so. Because stuff that's on the internet, it stays there for forever. Mr. James, you're looking at me like you don't know.
And it will be on the next for generations,
Yeah.
So, yeah, as you said, there won't be any need to pay to silence. If they want to bring it out, let it come out.
Yeah, but my thing is, I think that the Kim Kardashian sex tape is still on the internet right now. I don't know how you might have found that out. I don't know how you might have seen it. Come on. What are you, why are you reversing this onto me?
No, I'm just asking. Have you watched it?
No, but you see now, he's attacking me.
The way you're acting, it feels like
No, Mr. James, I asked you a question and you never replied. I said, that's still on the internet right now. Because stuff that's on the internet stays there. Yeah. Maybe you might have, went back to see it.
And watch with one eye closed.
There's no such thing.
Because those things but that's the thing also. The thing is with news and, with such news and sex tape, they get people so excited.
True.
Like I remember there was a time when I'm at work now. And someone says, hey, have you seen the Prince KP's sex tape? Wow. Like everyone wants to see it right now. It's like Prince KP. I'm like, my goodness. And because what happened at first was it wasn't a sex tape, actually. I think, was it a sex tape? I know it was. The first one wasn't a sex tape. Because the first one was released by this other lady who released his nudes. So I was like, wow. And people when because it was trendy, and you know how back then it was Twitter, now it's X, but it still happens the same way. Because you will see the trend, and then as you see the trend, but you're not finding that now, because also people are they are creating traffic in terms of these trends and whatnot. They promote their businesses and stuff and whatnot. But then now there will be Prince KP's nudes or leaks and whatnot. So you struggle to see, because now even with me, when I click on the hashtag, that's what I want to see. And that should not be okay for me as a guy to be waiting to see other guys' private parts. I'm like, this is the craziest. And there's, that's...
So you went ahead to look for the news.
No, the internet is so crazy, and then technology, because that's how it works. Because even with you right now, and it's not only the internet, but that's how it used to work back in the days. This is why the craziest story on the newspapers, they would put it on the front.
Yeah.
So that then now, when you are going, because actually it will say on the newspaper, it's on maybe page 50. Yeah. I'm telling you, you are jumping the entire newspaper to page 50.
True. I've once done that, and I know I'm a pro at that.
At the time, did you see the nudes?
No.
Yeah.
In fact, the only thing I do on my phone is watch crime series.
But with you, I would say that. I would say you are very innocent.
So,
but it's crazy and look, people do that now. It's crazy with the sex tape stuff. It's crazy.
The only sex tape I heard about, I don't really know a lot.
I don't believe
but I heard my sister talking about it. Is the Sign Bougie one. She was like, It's
Oh, you only heard.
yeah.
Are you
I
sure?
heard the story. No, I just heard.
You
the
only
story.
heard?
Yeah.
Just hearing.
Mm.
Nothing. Didn't see anything.
No.
Because
I didn't
they
see.
apparently they say there it's grass what.
I don't
There's
know.
a bush there.
I don't know
Well,
about that
me, I'm
part.
not saying apparently. Me, I watched it. I saw the entire thing. I was like, because the whole
Wow.
people are saying, yo, that bush. I'm like, what the hell? Because now that makes it
Now
more
it's-
interesting
now-
and you want to see
now-
the entire thing. Did you see it, Mr. James?
No.
All right. No, I don't believe that. But it's fine.
You
Because-
sound like the creepy guy
Who,
on the
me?
internet.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, but guys, look, people will say, aye, that bush. Yo, now I'm thinking, yes, aye, that bush. I also want to see it.
So you went to look for
But
that
me, I went on for it. I went on to look for it. I'm like, it's crazy. But yeah, I think that's what they say. There's always been a saying that says sex, and it's crazy, you know. Hey, dog, it's crazy. I even remember this other one, Hot Man. There's this guy who's called Hot Man. I don't even
Who's
know what
that?
he does.
I don't even
He's
know that guy.
big on the internet. He's big from scamming people, so he's apparently and allegedly, because now I don't want to catch a case. You know, he has scammed people. These forex guys, I think based in DDN, and he was threatening his lady at the time. I don't know if I think they were no longer together, and apparently he has a bit of toxicity and whatnot. Long story short, he threatened to release the sex tape, and he did. And people were like, "Yo, did you see that hole? Hey, that's crazy." Guys, now I'm exposing myself. No. Now I'm exposing myself. We need to move on. We need to cut it. Time is
I
against
am
us.
just labeling you now as a creepy guy.
Aye. You
Internet.
see, can I tell you the thing about creepy guys? The chances are the creepiest guy in the room when you speak about this, because you are saying I'm the creepiest guy in the internet. Chances are even Mr. James. Why is he so quiet on this topic?
I wonder.
Why is he gone quiet? Now he's gone
In
quiet.
fact,
Yeah.
I wonder whatever. I'm sure he's seen a lot of it.
Chances, because it's a facade. Because it's a facade. Like he says, you know, because when we're speaking politics and everything, he's there. I know, you know, Donald Trump.
There's no way he's so quiet
Now.
on this topic.
Guys, it can't be. Now you can keep quiet as much as you are.
I'm thinking.
What are you thinking? Or you having visions of the tapes in your? That's what you're thinking. Right, guys, time to K-Stars. Any new music?
Not really.
Yeah, because I was saying I would like for the viewers and the listeners to, you know, go on the Dropbox, go in the comments box, and suggest you know, stuff that I can listen to. I don't know if you want that. Do you want that?
As
I'm
long
such
as
a big
it's
music
not
lover.
Amapiano and whatnot, yeah, I will listen to it. If it's on that category, no.
Yeah, because we're also looking into plugging them, because obviously that will then create some sort of an idea of what is that they love, what is that they into,
True,
and we
true.
try as much as possible to bring
True.
them new music and
Yeah.
news around that stuff.
I think it's best we let them drop the name of their
Yeah, any
Love
new
it,
song
yeah.
that they're listening to that
celebrities
they love.
they like. Yeah. So we'll see into it.
Yeah. Right, cool. James, on your side, any stuff that you're loving that's out, any new music that you're listening to?
For me, I like Rima's song a lot. Yeah. So just I think on the 11th, 11th this month, right? Just a few days back, I think he released a new song.
Now in July.
Yeah.
I think that was a few days back, yeah.
A few days.
Sometime this week, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I do listen to his songs a lot. Yeah.
What's the title of the song? No, it's fine. Please just go back to it and then just share it on the group.
Yeah.
I would like to listen to it.
It's
Yeah.
very lovely song.
I'm a big music lover, but obviously, as this is the first episode, viewers need to know that myself personally, I'm a big music lover, and like I said, I would like for them to share stuff that they're listening to. You know, any ideas in terms of what they would love more on the pod culture, because definitely there's more that's coming up.
True.
Yeah.
I love my English songs. Just so you know,
You love
I
what?
love my English songs.
Your English songs.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love English songs.
In closing,
Let's just say I would love the subscribe.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're good.
Yeah, guys need to do that. Guys, you need to subscribe, you need to like the channel, you need to support. But other than that, until we do it again, this is Pod Culture. My name is Worship. My name is Sipho. On the background, you are hearing Mr. James. There's more of us that's coming. There's more on the show that's coming. Till we do it again next time. Boom.
Artlist.io